all these things across the border is out of whack.
And I noticed that this generation, they just don't want to grow up.
It's already on.
They just want to stay young and stay home. I see more 21-year-olds at home now. I got out at 18, never went back. But it's like there's so many that still stay at home and they're not made to do anything. They're not told about, you don't have to go to college, but you're not told about college. I remember
it's already long.
We were, pretty much poverty.
Oh, my children are grown now.
Pull that
I
up.
would advise parents. I take my sons on dates. So my son is 17. I was girlfriend and girlfriend. I want to take you on a date.
Let me try this one.
And my 10-year-old, I want to take you on a date. Just me on you. And that works. It does. Because mommy and Shamar's time is mommy and Shamar's time. And we can talk to me about sex. You can talk to me sometimes. I think I need you catchphrases now. I don't know. But he was like, you choose something. Whatever. You choose something. It's like, I keep it real too much. He's like, come down a notch. I'm like, no, because if I don't, you will find someone to keep it real with. And we're at the table, it's real places Cheddar's. So we go to Cheddar's, and I'm all up in your face, and you in mine. We have no phones. We have no choice but to talk to each other. My 10-year-old, same thing. I know you like to use Fortnite stuff. Okay, in order for you to get Fortnite thing, we gotta go on a date. Let's talk. Let's do this. And I allow him to just speak his mind. Tell me. Of course, sometimes they come off a bit rough, but I pull myself back because I want to hear where they are.
I just wanted to add, I'm like a huge advocate when it comes to like parenting and being extremely involved, because that's really what my actual career education has been. And so overall, everything comes down to parenting, and it starts with parenting. It starts from, parents are our children's first teachers. We teach them responsibility before they go to kindergarten. We're teaching them independent skills before they go to kindergarten. We're teaching them those academic skills before they go to kindergarten. All those things that they are going to carry with them throughout their education, we are the first people that start teaching them that.
Right.
And I teach a parenting class, and I recommend, if you guys know people or feel like they need a parenting class, you can go to a parenting class and it's free. And the Family and Children's Services, a free parenting class, 0 to 5, start there, 0 to 5 years old. And I swear that just hearing that information and really seeing how important it is to be involved with your child and just help them build on those skills, because the child's brain's not even fully developed until you're 25 years old. 25. They're already adults by 25, but their brain still isn't even done till then. Anyway, so that's my rant. Sorry.
This will be the last one in the health section, and then we'll do a small, we'll go from there. So,
yeah, so I guess it's more of a statement to what you said in this question. If you take the last statement that you made, that our brain isn't quite developed until like 25, and I would say more about 30, 31, just scientifically. If we say that and we look at the statistics of where we are as a generation, most people are having children at 16, 17, 18. So if we can't parent a child what they need, if we ourselves aren't able to get the skills and tools that we don't have ourselves, and so being okay, and it goes back to what she said, just the older generation, understanding someone teaching and showing and being there and using resources, oftentimes we don't have, but you only can give what you have, and if you don't have those tools, and we're raising a generation that is, everyone is right in their own eyes, and everyone is able to teach and mentor, then we're having a replica of children being children, and that is something that is new to this generation, or our generation, because that hasn't been in past generations. You always see an older or more mature or person leading and raising a family. God, you're biological, you know, this is going, this is this, you know, and it's like, no, I have wisdom. Like my child, my mother was 38 when I was, you know, born. And you can see the decision making skills that I had versus the decision making skills that everyone in my class was making at the ages of 14, 15, 16. You know, I had a whole demeanor of a grandma or an older woman, you know, but it was because my mother, I had wisdom, you know, my mother, I was coming from the top. And so I would, you know, I would say that, you know, yes, it is true to the fact of, if we look at the numbers and the generational, what we're bringing, what we're producing as a generation, in totality as a whole, we're not producing children at 25, let alone, you know, 30. So we're producing kids at a much younger age, and we're children ourselves. And so, you know, if we're saying that it's the children's fault or it's the parenting fault, you know, at a certain age, you have to take into consideration what your responsibility is as a parent. But it's hard to see an 18-year-old, but let alone a 21-year-old teaching these things that we know today to their children. You know, you have children raising children.
And then too, you have to understand that I remember when I was a single parent, and I was really dealing with depression, but I really didn't know it because it was more of everything. My mom raised us very spiritual, so everything was you pray. You don't go to nobody. You're strong. You can do this. But as I was raising my children with depression, I just didn't think I loved my children, or I didn't, because I was numb. And no one really knows that sometimes depression is associated with being apathetic. You're kind of numb. You don't really know how to feel. So I was feeling so bad about the fact that, oh my gosh, do I love my children, or can I take care of these children? But it's because I didn't know, and knowledge is power. They're finding now that in trauma with the new generation, as we're speaking of the new generation, and stress, and Krista was talking about stress. As a fetus is went into the womb, they're talking about how, you know, the brain stem is what goes first. The brain is developing. If you're dealing with stress, if you're dealing with depression, if you're dealing anything, if you're getting domestic violence, fighting, that goes to that baby automatically. And then when the baby comes, you're wondering why they're crying so much if you can't stop them from crying. You're wondering why they can't, well, they don't eat these certain things, or they're not doing these things, and it's probably just trauma. It may not be depression, it might just be trauma. If you've experienced any type of tornado, fire, that's trauma. If you've experienced your parent being in domestic violence and they saw that you got hit, that's trauma. That affects the children, and they will act out in that way because of that. So that is going to wrap up our health session of what we're doing. You all have some wonderful questions, and we have some great answers. And I didn't hear from Giselle, but I'm sure the next one. Yes.
Well, I'm 29 years old and I have no children yet. But I can say parenting is important, but also the friends that your children surround themselves with. My parents were so involved with me and my friends. I sought, positive influences in my life, but some kids don't have that, and we're so easily influenced as a teenager to go with the flow. You know, if you go out and drink alcohol, that's all you know. But I think who you surround yourself with, you should
So what I would say to that, that's where the parenting comes in. And so you have to find what kind of activity can we do that he has to meet someone. I'm assuming it's a boy, right? Okay, he has to meet someone. We have to figure out, if it's a youth, if it's church, if you get involved in church, get him involved in the youth group. If not that, if you just, whatever you decide, but sports, if he's not into sports, you have to find a way that he is interacting with real people. What I've noticed, I was just out, Church on the Move, I go to Transformation Church, Church on the Move had this big worship night last Wednesday. Phenomenal, right? So I was there and I was with my husband and one of the Church on the Move ladies were talking, just meeting each other, just talking, and she was with her cousin, and she happened to gotta be 27, and her cousin was 15. Well, we were just kind of talking, and in the middle of that, her cousin asked, "Hey, I want to go play basketball with those guys over there. Could you go in there with me and tell them I want to play basketball?" So she went and said, "Hey, my cousin wants to play basketball with you guys," and so they let him play basketball. Well, when she came back, I'm not thinking no big a deal because it ain't that serious to me. But my husband said, "Don't do that." He's 15 years old. Now, you can go in there with him and say, "I'm in here with more support," but you need to ask. They don't even know how to ask each other. That's what we tell 4-year-olds. Go in there, tell them your name, be a friend. My name is Jim. My name is Toya. What's your name? But because they on social media and video games and all this type of stuff, here's a 15-year-old boy want to play basketball and couldn't even go in there and jump in the game. So as parents, I'm with Crystal, to a certain extent, you gotta listen. You're gonna do an activity. Now here's a list. I'm gonna give you some of these things on this list because you do it. So at least you got a list and something to bring to him. But you have to encourage that. You are the adult. And guess what? If they get, I hate you, Mom, off the video game.
That's right.
I hate you, Mom. You suck. Say something else. And say no. But guess what? He will appreciate that when he get ready to go to a job, because it's going to be very weird and random when he's 30 years old and don't know how to get a job. And he's still living at your house. See, you're going to be like, I should have took this advice back. You still live there.
One person over here, and then now we're in the we gotta go to the
I know, right?
I can stay right here.
I don't have a question. I'll piggyback on hers. My son is homeschooled, and he likes video games. And he interacts with video, and he talks to people. But I have a rule for him to where if he's going to allow himself on the video game, he has to give that much time to his homeschool.
That's good.
Another thing is, too, is he thinks that he's a professional gamer. So we can't take, I speak for my household.
Yeah.
You can't take away from what a child likes because what he may like, you might not like, and you might not understand it. My older two boys were athletes. He's not.
Yeah.
He tries different things, but he doesn't. He likes theater art. So he
Yes.
excels in theater art. So what I decided to do is take what he likes and make it a profession. So now he's learning how to do coding.
Yeah.
He's not going to just only play the video game.
Come on.
He's going to be able to teach and be a platform to do website design, all the platforms. So you can't just take old school tradition from what we used to. You have to flip it and make it be new school.
Yeah.
Make it additive, make it good for
And make it a balance.
Make it a balance.
Because
Because what you take away from you might not be for him or her.
Yeah.
So we could be cheating our generation, making it weak because we're trying to stick to traditions.
Yeah.
We got to build our tradition up for stronger generations to come so that we can have a stronger economy.
That's right.
So therefore, I have gotten him into a coding situation to where it's a win-win situation.
That's awesome. Win-win. I gotta cut it off because we have 2 more topics to get to. But I did want to point out, we've hit all of these. As far as stress and everything that your children are dealing with, connect. They need to connect, talk and listen to their feelings. Give your time, your words, your presence, not just being in the house. I call my daughter's name 1,000,000 times a day, and if anybody knows me, they know this. But I do it not just because it's her name and it's beautiful, because it is beautiful, but I also do it to call attention to her, to let her know I'm thinking about you. Come here. Let me see your face. And when I call her name, I don't expect for her to say, huh? No. Come to me. Come look me in the eyes. Let me see what you're doing, because I can also see if she's in any mischief. Because usually if they are, when you call their name and they don't come, they're doing something they have no business doing. Now I have to get up and go look sometimes. Take notice to what they're doing. Keep learning. We're all growing. We're all learning. What your parents taught you, what you learned, take it and use it. Everything. And be active. Active listening, active around your house, active in the community. So without that, we're about to step into our financial portion. But before we go into our next segment, we're going to take a few seconds. So everybody stand up. Let's get this blood flowing. Get the blood flowing. 2 minutes, because we've cut into our time tremendously. We're going to take 2 minutes, and you're going to go around. The last time we did health. Oh, and I have a door prize. So, Jennifer. And this one is from Damsel in Defense. She came up. Has she been up yet? No. I haven't even done her yet. No, this gift is going to be for the health portion, and it's essential oils. And this mix that you're getting is lavender, lemon, and eucalyptus allergy. I use this for my allergies, and it works. It really works, you guys. You mix all 3 of them together, equal portions, and it works. And I have been using it, and this season has been a lot better. And the winner of this is, last 3, 495. Yes. Use it. And it's not just good for allergies as far as sniffling. If you have skin allergies, you can rub it on there too, and it'll get the itching gone as well. Without further ado, I'm going to turn the music back on, and you're going to take 2 minutes and put your questions on this board back here. If you still have questions that haven't been answered, if you can put them on the board at the very end, I will go to that board, and we will pull some of them off of that board as far as health goes, or any other questions that you want us to ask. So have at it, and I'm going to turn on the music. 2 minutes, move fast, get you a drink, use the bathroom, and come back, and we will talk about health. Oh, no, we're doing finance. Wealth is next.
Thank you. Oh my God. Adorable. Got it all coordinated. Oh, Madonna. Prima Donna. Nice to meet you. So what brings you here today? What are you doing here? It's not working. So when did she move here today? How you doing? It's our fundraiser. I do that was I have come up with it's our way of awareness. We have a lot of great shopping. It's not our spiritual development stage. But if you look under it, it says one of our speakers. Nobody was calling me and saying like smooth. No, we have it. Okay.
If everybody can start heading back to your seats so we can start the next portion. If all my panel can make it back to the front. Jennifer, we're about to do the next one. Make sure you write down your questions. We would love to hear them. We may run about 5 minutes over. I'll try not to keep you guys too long. But this discussion is good. I hope you guys like it. We're about to get started in our next portion. Cynthia, if you can make your way up to the front. One of our sponsors today is Cynthia Jones with Financial Peace, and for about 1 minute, she's going to tell about the exciting Financial Peace class that's being offered right now.
Hello, ladies. I'm so excited to see all these ladies in the place. First and foremost, thank you, Crystal, for this opportunity. I'm a coordinator with Dave Ramsey Financial Peace Organization, and we teach people beyond budgeting. First things first. Budgeting is important, but also we want to help you to be empowered to have money to budget, prepare for your retirement, okay, and definitely educate you about the importance of insurance, investments, because it's not the same, first and foremost. And definitely want to get this into the younger people's minds so they can avoid the death trap of loans, student loans, okay? So it's a 9-week program, and as Crystal mentioned, we just started our current session on the 4th. It's a 9-week session, like I said. And I tell people it's an investment of you buying your kit into your future, okay? And likewise, think about the legacy you want to leave for generations coming after you. Okay, and you can still join in and get to hang with me for 9 weeks. And I have, like Crystal, have several endeavors that I do. And the question you all asked earlier, what's most important to you? For me in this season is relationships. I'm very much into seeing women empowered. And one of the endeavors I do, check my back out, ladies. It says, I love cherishing women. This is an endeavor I do with the Inspire Pads, Cherish Pads. So, likewise, that's a lot of avenues.
All right. Thank you, Miss Cynthia. So now we are in session 2, and we're going to do like 15 minutes on this one. So, but the question is wealth, money, career. And I found this online. And I wanted to mention this because a lot of people associate wealth with money. And that is so not right. Did you know that there are people with no money that are leveraging other people's money and they're getting the wealth that they need with not a dime of their own money? So money is a tool, not a possession. It's powerless because you are the one that moves that money. It's mindless. It doesn't have a mind. It's universal language because you need money everywhere you go. It is an asset, and it's a measure of wealth. But what is wealth? Wealth is having an abundance of what you want and need. Not everybody wants money. Wealth can be an abundance of love and friends and family. And trust and believe, there are times when money can't make you feel good at all. But having a friend that can talk to you through hard times, money can't do that. Money can't talk to you. Now it does talk when other things is walking, but it can't physically talk to you. Living in a state of financial freedom. And what that means is not being in debt, being free of debt. Living spiritually, mentally, and financially sound state of being. So wealth is not just the money aspect, but the health that you have. What is the reason of having billions of dollars and being laid up in a bed and can't even experience it? It's not worth it. And of course, sharing your blessings. But one aspect of wealth that we all have to deal with is career. Because what you ultimately choose to do with your life is what is going to drive how much wealth that you have. Hey, yes. They said it. So being in a career, something that you love to do, is going to drive you where you want to be. When I started WOW 10 years ago, I did not even have one person that showed up to my first meeting. I was a room of one. This is 10 years later, and I am growing. We, WOW, Women Helping Other Women, are growing. And that only happened because my passion to help women increased. And it keeps increasing, and it's going to continue to increase. And I hope other women do the same thing. But I don't get paid for this. It brings me much satisfaction. But what can you do that you don't already do that brings you satisfaction? Think about those things. You want a job that pays well, something that you're good at, but you also have to have love for it. Meaning, if you didn't get paid for it, would you still do it? Or if you were making very little for it, could you still show up to work every day? Those are questions that you should be asking yourself. This is a panel of career women, from owning your own business to working, teaching, therapy, and of course we have career women. They have taken their time to be profitable doing what they love. And if they're not, hopefully they learn today to stop and do what they really love. And get into that profitable sweet spot. So I'm going to say one more thing. Well, before we do that, we're going to do that at the end. But Giselle, I have a question for you. And I'm going to turn this off because now we're back into the portion of speaking with the panel and everyone. With your career, what do you think has been one of the biggest hurdles that you've done that you have to come over once you've been set back in your career?
Probably starting out in a small market. In television news, it goes by how many households reach. So when I started, it was in Palm very open-minded to other opportunities out there for me, and I just apply to everything that I can. I seek out clubs that I'm interested in. You know, I'm involved in the French club. I teach French. That's what I love. That's one of my passions. Meeting people from different cultures. I started becoming the social media coordinator for an international group of women who are mostly immigrants from other countries. So those are my passions. So I don't know if that answers your question, kind of.
So how is it, and we're gonna go over relationships later, but being that you are single and in a career, what do you feel keeps you motivated to keep going, knowing that I could be pursuing my mate, but why work on your career instead of me?
I think my career is so important to me, and I've been single for 6 months now, so being in a relationship, I am a monogamous person, so that is extremely important to me, to finding that one person, but for some reason it didn't work out. So right now, I'm focusing on my career because it's important for me to move up, and hopefully I will find that person someday. But right now, I don't think that's the moment, so I'm focusing on myself, what I like to do, and growing and polishing my skills. And I am open to love, but I think right now it's my time. You know, it's been 6 years since I've been this single for this long. So for me, it's a long time. So anyway, I think it's my time.
Because it's very important when it comes to wealth. Janelle, yes. When you think of the career that you're in now, what do you think directed you in that path? What have you faced to make you get to the point that you're at? And oh man. Okay, so I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. I was sick for about 12 years. And like I mentioned in the beginning, I was raped from 8 to 16. And I left home at 16 by myself, and I hustled. So from the streets to transporting drugs to everything you can think about brought me to where I am today. And it was a very humbling experience. I have overcame so much things in my life, from cancer to, I've had 5 different surgeries since being here in Tulsa in the past 7 years. And when God told me to move from Florida to Oklahoma, I was like, no, I ain't doing it. I sound like a country place. I ain't coming. I ain't doing it. Because I was so used to the fast life. But coming here, I found myself. And I found peace. And what I'm talking about is I realized that everything that I had been through or was even going through when I first came here allowed me to be the woman here today. It strengthened me. It strengthened me to a point where I don't care what y'all think or anybody thinks. That's how much it strengthened me. I just know I'm on a mission, and I'm about to get to whoever I gotta get, speak to whoever I gotta speak, and get it done by any means necessary is my motto, by any means necessary. So everything in my life that I have endured has brought me here today. The Breathe Again Women's Foundation, I wanna be the voice for those of you who are even in this audience who can't even speak about what you've been through. Speak to me. I'll speak for you. That's how deep it is. I'll go to jail for this. I tell women that I meet and I counsel, I said, don't tell me that someone did you something if you don't want me to do something about it. Like serious, that's how I feel. I told a woman that just yesterday, she bust out laughing, but I mean it. The Forbes consult me. I manage many websites here and build websites, and I help churches with their brand. Even major companies here in Oklahoma managing their websites, and I find myself putting that aside to take care of my family. I made money. I know what it was in the streets to make money. My dad was a rich man in the Virgin Islands, but money didn't make me happy. Right now is unconditional love, and to see a smile on each of your faces. I don't know if I answered your question, Crystal. I just said what was on my mind. Okay. So thank you. Kyla.
Yes.
How are you able to be a wonderful wife, housewife, raising 3 children, homeschooling them, and running 2 major businesses? And might I mention, coaching other
why you're doing what you're doing. And you don't want to leave any victims in the path of meeting your goals. So every morning I literally get my marching orders. It's not my business, it's his business. And so I go out in my back garden and put my bare feet on the ground and I listen. And I say, what do you want to talk about today? What do you want me to do today? And my children see that and they do that too. I go to the scriptures with my children every day. I talk about faith. I talk about prayer. They know I'm not their source. They know who their source is. So when they need something, they don't really ask me. They know who to ask. And I make time for my husband a lot of time. We do everything together. If it doesn't fit, I say no a lot to people. Learn to say no. Because you can't be yes to everybody. If something's going to take a hit, it's probably going to be the most important thing to you. So with my husband, we come together every day, have a lot of sex, have a lot of talk about it. It's been great, greatest stress relief ever. Laugh a lot together. I'm telling you, if I see a woman that's frigid and uptight, she's not getting enough. So, you need to use those essential oils. I got them in the back there. That's the best advice you got today, right? Yeah, real big in capital letters. If you're single, it's alright, he's coming.
Disclaimer, if you're not.
Make love with Jesus, just like
Don't be out there having sex if you're not married.
No.
Hint.
No.
People knowing that you know I'm just playing. Be discretion. Use your discretion with sex. I'll say that. There's some stuff out there.
Right.
And some of that stuff you cannot get rid of. Anyway,
Yeah,
We need to be realistic. There's gonna be those that are not
In church or are still in church and are having sex.
yeah, a
So,
lot of
I mean,
people
be
in
realistic.
church still have sex. But we're not gonna do that. That's a relationship. We're gonna wait.
That's all the way on here.
The career part, I just wanted you to hear from the panel because we're gonna dive into the relationship in just a second. So thank you, Kyla. That was amazing.
Hey, these are free back there too. She's a baby maker.
How is it being that you are a wife, that you have children that are outside of the home? And this is it's not as typical as most women, but being able to balance a new husband and the children that are not with you, and having to balance that, run a business, and be able to satisfy your husband.
So those who don't know my background, I was married for 7 years, had 3 beautiful children, in that marriage, and, he has them, they're with him and his wife, so six children in their home, that they have, and I pay child support. Also, just on the phone with my babies last night, they want certain things, they know mama gonna get it, we want you to get our school clothes, because they know, we like your style. So I'm sending them a whole big care package of that. And thank you, Jesus. I have an awesome relationship now with my ex-husband, his wife. And it's so funny, we both are married Jamaicans. His wife is Jamaican, my husband is Jamaican. So God knew what we needed to be really connected with. Hallelujah. And so my husband now, he does not have any children. We do not currently have any children together. He's coming in as a stepfather, but I don't call him a stepfather, I call him a spiritual father. Even though he's a younger man, he's younger than me, so that's another thing. I'm 39, he's 30, so I'll put it out there. But he's a man full of wisdom, graduated from Warren Roberts, 2-parent home, just an awesome man for his age and to be where he's at, and my children completely adore him. The month of us getting married, we both had really awesome jobs. We always were entrepreneurs, where I have my job that makes money, and then I make money on the side, and hopefully to flip that to where I'm doing what I love to do full time. I mean, a lot of us have those type of plans, but God dealt with us when we got married and said, okay, leave your job in the month of August. So we put in our 2 weeks notice at different jobs we had, making some good money at the end of July to get married at the end of August. And so that whole month we were together, and that's really been our marriage. And we've had people to invest in us, sponsor us, pour money into us to even start our business. He's a professional dancer, graduated from Oral Roberts University with his dance degree. I've been doing entertainment, even though I have 3 other college degrees in different fields, but I've been doing entertainment, actress, comedian, motivational speaker, minister, you name it. And so I make money doing that. And so here we are coming together. I said, well, you keep it Forbes dance, people think I'm a dancer, and I ain't. So I ain't trying to listen, I ain't doing what you do. You know, I got rhythm, but I don't do what you do. So we came up with Forbes Entertainment. And we added, you know, we put together what we do. We both have been in major productions, plays, Tulsa Performing Arts Center, we travel, people hire us to do what we do. And so from day one, it's been that journey, and it's been in building that. So I would say even for the past, year and a half, we've been in Tulsa World. We launched a television, a Facebook show, Shine on My Line. We're about to launch in 2019. It's a show that I'm doing called Brand Wives. Don't let the name fool you. We get into some real stuff we're talking about. It's going to be some good stuff, but it's obviously catered to married women. But we're launching a lot of different things into movies. We have connections in LA. Eventually we'll be transitioning there. So there's a lot of good stuff that we're doing, but to juggle that, and still he understands that mom part. You know, I'm missing my babies. I need to go see them. He said, well, let's go see the babies. You know, and you know, obviously he doesn't have any children, so he's very sensitive to that. And me just being that wife for him and pushing him into purpose. He wrote his first book and finished that since we've been married. And he's been touring and doing things, you know, outside of that. So we just kind of been supportive to that. But I feel like you gotta have that balanced life. You know, we do a lot of spiritual things. We have ministry, we grew up launching praying wives, praying husbands. But then we're entertainers. You know, and which is, that's my, you know, it's fun, you know. And then we have we're very intentional about keeping our marriage tight. Again, you know, what do you invest in relationship? We have a marriage belong group that we have to go to, which is amazing. We hear about the nuggets, we go on date nights with our group, you know, and we're intentional about dating each other, because a lot of times we get married to get to date, you know, and you have to have that. Because just because we're with each other all day because we have our own company, ministry, we're not together. We don't talk about kids, we don't talk about the business or the ministry. Every week it's just me and him. So that's, you have to have that balance. Oh my goodness.
And we got one more, Stacey. My question for you is, being that you are a therapist, and this probably applies to a lot of you women that are in ministry and different things like that, how do you make sure that there's a balance between work doesn't spill over when you're getting those emergency phone calls in the middle of the night? How do you ensure that your wealth doesn't spill over into your family time?
Okay, well, real quickly, I would say yes, I do get a lot of calls in the middle of the night, and I do have to take them because they're crises. So, but I just basically give people time. If I'm present with my husband, I'm present with my husband. If I'm present with my client, I'm present with my client, and I just take my time. That's all it is, and that's all you can do. But because in my field, you are going to get emergencies. You are going to be out a lot of times where you're not going to always be there. But you just got to balance your time and give your self-care. I do self-care. I have to. I do my walks. But yes, that's how I balance it out. I just take one day at a time, one step at a time, and give equal time.
Now, this one is not open up for questions because I know relationships where it's all at. So I'm just going to go over some few wealth mindsets for you. When you think of wealth, it starts with W-E-A-L-T-H. And you should always write it down what you want. That's the first step. Write the vision and make it plain. Envision your future. So it's not just about you writing it down. See it. Speak it into existence by affirmative desires. Listen to your inner voice. Sometimes your inner voice is saying, no, Crystal, don't do that. Don't spend that money there. This needs to go here. Or don't do business with this person. You can feel it and you still do and make bad decisions. Start listening to yourself. Take action action and transform your thoughts. And a lot of people take action on the wrong things. So knowing what, I need to jump on this. Setting and holding the vision. Now, this is on here on the wealth side, but one thing that you should also always keep in mind, in order for you to obtain wealth, God has got to be at the top of at the very top of your pinnacle, because you may attain riches. There's a lot of people, they're getting rich real quick, but having wealth means that God is at the top, your family is below that, and then the money falls into place. Because if you don't have it in that order, it's not wealth. It's just riches. And riches do not go into the gate of heaven. But wealth you take everywhere that you go. So without further ado, we have our damsel in defense. She's in the back here. And we're raffling off a pepper spray. And they have a $77. You can get this whole kit for $77 to join. And this is to join the business. Miss Sabrina Chandler, you can own your own defense line for women. And the person winning this pepper spray today, the last three, is 507. How many of you all know what damsel in defense really is? Have you heard of it? Sabrina, if you can come up for just 2 minutes and tell people really, really quickly, because you've got to get to the relationship part of this.
Hi, again, I'm Sabrina Chandler, and I'm with Damsel in Defense. I've been with the company about a little more than 3 months, so it's new to me, but when I saw and heard about it, it just took me over, because it's definitely, I wasn't looking for anything. But I was looking for pepper spray, and I was looking for a stun gun, so that's what really drew me to the table. But I wasn't looking to do the business until I found out what the mission of Damsel in Defense is. My cards are on the table, but our mission is to equip, educate, and empower women how to protect themselves and others, their families, because the rise of violence just not only on women, but even children, and it's rising more and more. And so we want women to be more aware of their situation. So my thing is that if you can get a pepper spray in your hand, if nothing else, and put your cell phone down for a little bit, because you know we go shopping and we coming out, we got all these things, we got our phone, but we're not aware of what's going around us. So we need to teach about situational awareness. And when you come in a building, what direction do you get out of here if you got to get out of here? Things like that, and to be more aware, because we can stop some of the crime and the violence against women. You know, I was thinking about the young lady Molly. She's running. They just found her, and she had a chance to stop to tell the guy she was going to call the police. But if she had had her pepper spray, she would have pepper sprayed him. He would have been down. And so she would have been here to say that today. And I hate to use that, but it's really true. It's what's happening today. So we really need to be aware of it. So that's basically what I do, and I have a lot of fun. I do empowerment hours where I can come to your home and teach a group of women. I do what we call but we do workshops, warrior workshops. So you can actually use your tools. We show you how to use them. So please come by my table, get a pepper spray if you don't do nothing else before you leave here. Stun guns, we got it all over there. And emergency equipment for your car. We got a lot of good stuff. Go on my website. Thank you.
Okay, so our last segment is relationships, and I'm so glad, and I hope you stay to the end, because I still have door prizes over here. One of them is I'm saving for the end because I love it. It's a $50 value painting, so someone's going to get that today. But when you think of relationships, you're probably thinking boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, partner, How many of you all know there are 6 main types of relationships? It's the relationship you have with your boss, which hopefully he should be good. Now, a lot of you all, that boss is you. So how is the relationship with yourself? Your relationship with your coworkers, the people that work around you, your mentor, the people that are your spiritual guidance, the people that are over your head, whoever you look to for mentoring. The relationships with your family, both close and distant, the relationship with your spouse, and most importantly, to me, the relationship with your friends, because when your spouse is acting up, you need a good friend. Sometimes that's family, but that's still not all your family is your friend. One of my best friends is sitting next to me right now, because you can't talk to all of your family about your business. It won't go far, or it may go too far. So when you think of relationships, and I'm just going to go over something very briefly, you think of, in your mind, the relationship that you have, nonverbal signals, staying in touch, and building trust. Those are the 4 main areas of a relationship. And I'm going to say one more thing before I go. I'm not going to go into all of this because I know you have questions. I'm going to kind of gear it, but are you attracting the right people for your relationships? How do you attract the right people? How many of you all have been in a relationship and you've cried after you begged to get in it, and when you got it, you didn't want it? Why is that? It's because sometimes we want things and we attract people based on how we feel, instead of attracting people that we know we should be around. If you're feeling depressed, how easy is it to attract other depressed people? Birds of a feather flock together. Evaluate your circle. Evaluate your relationship with that circle. Evaluate the people you're around. And I'm going to put this disclosure out there. If you are in a relationship and it's unhealthy and it's danger, get out. You don't need an explanation. You don't have to wait until some big event happens. Get out now. Get out while you can. And if you need someone to talk to, anybody on this board is more than capable of helping you through that. Someone in the audience, someone that you know. But if you are in a toxic relationship, do not stay in that. Someone that belittles you to the point of you wanting to hurt yourself or hurt others, you don't need them around, period. If you are in those spots and you are here today, please come and talk to us. If you are in danger at any point with your spouse or a friend or anyone, please come talk to us so that we can get you the help that you need. Because I feel like someone is battling with something today. I don't know who it is, but do not stay in that situation, whoever it is. You don't have to feel bad about what you're at. You don't have to worry about how your family judges you, how they look at you, what status pro quo that you have because you've made it here. It doesn't matter. If you're unhappy and you know that you're in a spot where you're about to hurt others or hurt yourself, get out. So I'm going to open up the floor, and while you're talking, I'm going to go back in here and get the questions. But if Stacey, if you can direct it from here. Are there any questions?
I want to share some. Just hearing her say that, I was at the Dream Center. You also be with the Dream Center. That was one of the teachers who picked my virtue. It's important to have relationships, very important, healthy relationships. You're healthy, you're going to have a healthy. You know, wise people hang out with wise people. But if you're unhappy, you heard what you said, I think, you know, don't be embarrassed, you know what I'm saying, because it's real, because you can die. But we had one of the young ladies in our group. She was in toxic, abusive relationships. Long story short, before it was over with, somebody discerned, like you said, somebody in here, something's going on. We knew she was in that, you know, we had to talk with her, you know. It's a decision and a choice you have to make when your soul is tied up. Because your soul be tied up, you know, you can't just lose yourself. Anyway, long story short, she was finna kill it. She was finna kill it. She had already, a day before, had somebody take her to get her gun. This particular day, the Holy Spirit lingered. We just could not get out of that she was in there. And that's what it was. She broke down, you know, we just kept, you know, one of the leaders said, just keep praising God because somebody in here, God wanna talk. We kept on, she broke down. She was finna kill him because he had beat her so much. You know, he had beat her so much she was scared of him. You know, when you're in a virgin relationship, most times you're fearful, you know, it made you real scared. But most times you're gonna attract whatever's in you. If you're not healthy, you're definitely not gonna get a healthy man. So mostly you need to deal with what's on the inside of you, find out who you are. Wherever you've been hurt in your mostly come from childhood. All our pain starts from childhood. Whatever your parents were. Your fruit do not fall too far away from your tree. So whatever's been going on, you need to deal with all of that. I'm 59 years old, and I heard the young lady up here what she said about health. I'm one of those ones that's been to help raise up a generation to understand that person. It's not, I heard you say church, it's not about a church, it's about having a relationship with the one that created you. And understanding your purpose of being. And all the topic, it's catered to that. But if somebody in here is like that, please don't be embarrassed and sit up and allow yourself. You will get beat down in life like that. When you don't know who you are, you attract things like that. Beauty comes from the inside out. It's great to have vision, but if that's all you got, it's not going to keep you. It might get you a little money, a little honey for a while, but when that's gone, you messed up. You know, and I can tell you, you know, all this stuff is great. This is my first time, but when I heard you say that, if you're in here and it's like that, you're in here for a reason. You need relationship. We all do. We all different levels. You know, I done grew up enough to have them on all levels. I don't have to have a friend from a person. I'll be your best friend. I got the Holy Ghost. I've been, well, I was telling this young lady right here, for 23 years I've been selling. Coming out as a hoe and a prostitute out of crack house. Ain't no such thing you can't be careful. But build a relationship with the one that created you. Yes. Y'all need to do that. If you're in here, I'm sure she didn't say that for nothing. You don't have to let nobody know, all these ladies in here, me or whoever. Please do that. That girl was in the kid at me. Right now, O press, D press, sub press. I can put my question out there. Where is it where you can be O press, D press, sub press, but where is the demonic part coming in? So if you stay so long in that situation, you open up doors to demonic. So you need deliverance as well.
So she said something that we're about to talk to as far as relationships. Celibacy. Who has questions? Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. Okay, so I deal with anxiety and depression. And so sometimes that makes me want to introvert and kind of cut off the people, you know, my support circle, the people who are, you know, trying to put positive things in my life. What are some steps I can do to kind of repair those relationships and to keep me from doing it? Because, you know, I'll just get in my own little space and won't, you know, communicate or talk to anybody. I'm like, well, we haven't seen you. What's going on? Well, I just haven't been feeling like myself. What can I do to kind of, you know, bring myself out of that and keep myself, if I see myself doing it, not really go that route to, you know, keep my relationships intact?
Okay, first of all, you said something great. You actually recognize you're doing it. So when you recognize that you're doing it, go the extra mile. I'm a person, when I was going through anxiety, depression, all this stuff, I didn't want nobody around me. It was just me and my foot and walk by the hill. You see what I'm saying? So when people came around me, I was so consumed by that, I had nothing to say to anyone. But it got to a part of my life, it's like, okay, I'm saying I want help, but people are actually coming to me. People are actually showing concern. So I had to go the extra mile. Hey, could we have lunch today? The day that you feel like you don't want to do anything is actually the day to get up and do it. I told my patients when I was at the psych hospital, Dollar Tree is $1. We could hustle talking today? Could we do this? I did that. That worked for me. It took me out of my comfort zone, and I'm still like that. I'm very extroverted, but so many things and so many people has happened to me that I kept myself it's just me and my family, and that's it. But I noticed just last year to this year, oh no, I don't just need me, my family, and that's it. There are actually people that really cares about me. And there are a lot of women in this room that are here today that supports me. They care about me. So I had to, hey, how you doing? I had to do that to show that, okay, you're showing that you care, but where's mine? I'm called, okay, for example, that young woman right there, she's from the Virgin Islands with me. She is my sister, not by birth. I just got up and left the Virgin Islands. 20 years later, she moved. She's here with me in Oklahoma. But I'm the bad friend, not literally bad, but I wouldn't even call her. Or she would always be the one to reach out to me. She would mail me stuff. She even named her kids. She named her daughter after me, Janelle. So it's like, oh God. But I had to, I started like, okay, this young woman really loves you. She's known me for over 30 years. She loves you. So it's like, okay, Tanya, how you doing? I took responsibility. I make it a point that we gotta have a date every week. Now I missed my date for the past 2 weeks, but we gotta have a date every week. You make it a point. If you see people care about you and reaching out, okay, push yourself out of that, and you better believe that anxiety, depression, you will creep out of it without taking anybody's pills. Because I used to take about 80 different pills a day, honey, and I don't take nobody's pills today because I pushed my own self out of my own comfort zone and out of that fear. I missed many opportunities in New York. I deal with the one-day immersion in television with all the major television presidents, vice presidents from HBO, Ion Television, HGTV, and they pay for me every October to come to New York to help them. And I missed that so many times because of fear. I got on that airplane and I got there because I felt like I was about to lose everything if I didn't do it, and I did it by myself. Just coming out of your comfort zone. And to see where I am today, no anxiety. Do the fear still come in me? I got this women's conference coming up. I'm scared. I am scared. I got Casey J and a whole lot of great women on this thing. I am scared. Does anxiety try to creep in? Yes. But I know that I do have women like them too. This one, even this one that I just met, that I can call and say, you know what? Let's go out to dinner. Let's go to Chet's. And I love Ross. I love to shop. Let's go shopping. You do it. You do it. And anxiety will not be anymore. You better believe that.
Understand that coming from a person who understands what you're talking about, because I lost my son 4 years ago, so I went through that depressive state. But willpower and effective communication is very important. It takes your will to decide to get up and get out of the house. But also effective communication. If you have a really good friend, tell them, I'm not feeling my best today. I don't want to get out of the house today, but I do want to do something. I just can't. Do you want to come over? Invite them to you so that you don't have to leave if it's just too much for you to go out at that time. Bring them over. That's how. Get some vegetables and some cookies and just sit and watch a good movie, or just talk to them and tell them how you're feeling. Effective communication.
Do not shelter yourself, because I've been there, and sometimes my house wasn't clean, so I didn't want to be bothered, and I didn't feel like cleaning it, and I didn't feel like going anywhere. So you have to get into a mode where they need to see me just like I am right now. Being transparent is what builds stronger relationships. If they're always seeing the facade of who you are, they're not seeing the real you, and that may be the problem that you're running into, is because sometimes we are covering up who we truly are. So instead of them seeing you just like you are, you feel like, I gotta get dressed, I gotta do this, I gotta have my house clean. Yeah. No. Let them see exactly where you are. It was at that auditorium. Church is really good. They'll come in.
They're really good church for me. I love the
I've called my friends and they pray over my house. And those are things that you should keep in mind with relationships, because we are out of time, and I apologize for you. We should have had 3 hours for this. This has been amazing. But I would like to answer 2 questions that came up. What are some exercises for personalities that hate to exercise? Now, with this question, I'm going to answer it only because I know, because I don't like to exercise. Yoga is a great way. I was just told what slow metabolism is. I am ashamed to tell people that I have slow metabolism, because it was finally explained to me what a slow metabolism is. It means you're not working your muscles. All this time, I've been thinking, I have a slow metabolism. I created this slow metabolism. Get up. It's as simple as, you don't want to exercise, hold your stomach in all day. You don't have to do any exercise. Just hold your stomach in all day.
Or turn on some music and dance.
Yeah. Get an upbeat, whatever makes you shout or dance, put that music on. It automatically creates that mood for you to want to move. So that's one thing. Now the other question was, should or should we not encourage our younger people to be entrepreneurs in life? It depends on who they are. You have to know what your child is capable of doing. You don't want to put them in a spot that they're uncomfortable. My child, my oldest one, she wanted to go to be a doctor. Now, I'm sorry. And I told her, I said, Deja, really? You don't even like when people sneeze or a pinch of blood, and you're about to go into a field where it's nothing but blood and snotty noses? I don't know, Deja. I don't know. I was like, I'm going to support your dream, because that's what you want to do. But I knew what she liked to do. She enjoyed being in the mirror. She enjoyed doing her makeup and dancing. So she started to do Paul Mitchell, which is where she's at now, which is her real passion. Fashion, hair, makeup, that's what she loves to do. I can support that. So I paid for her enrollment into the program because I can support that. But know who your child is. You only know that by watching them, being around them, seeing how they interact with other people. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. I am not lying. It is not for everybody. If you don't have a will to want to go out there and talk to people, you don't want to promote that on the child. So just know the child and go from there. I do have 2 more raffle items. And I'm going to open it up for one more question. Does anybody else have a question about relationships?
Just a comment in regards to relationship and kids, in this generation with the parents trying to be the friends of the kids. My children are grown, as I said, and my oldest daughter, she's a sergeant in the military. She was my worst child, but she calls back every couple of months and she says, "Mom, I just want to say thank you for being a mom and not my friend." I come across a lot of people who, their parents were cool and all of this. They didn't have to be accountable to things and cope with stuff, learning to cope. And so it's just a good feeling to know. I always try to encourage people who have children who are adolescents, teenagers, young kids, and they're trying to be friends with them. They want to be cool. They don't want them to be mad. They'll be mad at you. I had my daughter text her friend and accidentally text me talking about this bee won't let me do this, and I'm like, shut up, me. It was on from there, but they'll go through that. They'll get mad at you, but just still be the parent. That making sure you're in the right relationship with your children when they're young.
I love what you said, because I was in the military as well, went to military school, and I was my parents' worst child. Stayed in trouble. My mom did not, she spanked that butt, punishments. And, by that time, people were trying to get away from that type of discipline. But, you know what child needs what. My brother didn't get many as whoopings as I did. So I needed that. And because of, she stayed on me. And because of pushing me in areas that I didn't want to do. I was one of those type of kids that like to stay in my room, even though it wasn't social media back then. I like to stay away from the family. I was kind of to my room all the time, and didn't show interest to a lot of things. My father did push me to do track, which I didn't want to do anything physical, but I was actually really good at it. And from there, I ended up doing some things with theater and things like that. That's part of why I'm doing what I'm doing now with entertainment. But because my mom stayed on me and was not, she said, I don't care about you don't like me being your friend, but do you know, full circle, I have the best relationship with my mom now. I just launched a ministry called Praying Wives, and my mother is a part of my ministry, Praying Wives. Teach me, baby, how to pray for your dad and my husband. You know what I'm saying? But here I was, my mother's worst child, gave her the flux. Military, the whole nine, and I said, Mama, thank you for staying on my butt. Thank you for not letting me do everything I wanted to do. And allowing and telling me to do this and making me. I didn't want to be around the family. She made me come out and spend family time with them, watching movies, playing games. I'll be sitting there the whole time just like this. I don't care about that because you're going to still push it. I'm like, look. But you're going to still push it. Put your card, turn your card on. This is stupid.
I hate to cut you off, but we are at the end. Kyla? Yes, we are.
I have one little thing to add because that was so powerful. I got really good grades in school, like 4.3 or whatever, valedictorian and all. And my dad, I was getting stuff from Yale and different Ivy Leagues. My dad looked at me and he said, Kai, he said, I see university for your siblings. I'm the oldest of 5 kids. He said, but I see the spirit of an entrepreneur in you. And, the power that had on my life, and I listened to him. So, as you're with your children, you speak into them and start steering them in the way. It says, train up a child in the way he should go when he's old, he won't depart. That's not just in the scriptures, but it's also in the giftings.
That's amazing. Train. That means don't let them train you or tell you what to do, which children in this generation think they know everything. But before we go, because I know Giselle has to get to her newscast today, we have a couple of things that we have to give away. The first door prize today is for, what is this? A rustic cup. So, some lucky person, and I already have the number here, the last 3 digits are 500. Oh, congratulations. I love rustic cups. If you all have ever been to my house, on my wall, I have all of my little rustic cup bracelets all on one little wall by themselves. So it is what I do. Okay, the next one we have another essential oils. And this one, I don't know, I think it's peppermint, lemon, and lavender. It may not be, but I think that's what it is. Okay. So for the lucky person is 489. Congratulations. And we have one more. Oh, that's okay. The last one is this painting. This is a $50 painting. This lady called me and said, I have a door prize for you. You pick out the picture, and we will put it on a painting board, a portrait board for you. So this was not already made. This was something that was made after I picked it out. And I like it because it says, choose to live life in love and abundance and then work for it, by Joni Rogers Kent. And the winner of this, their number is 505. Are they here? Did they leave? Well, is it yours? Go look before I give away your gift, because I don't want to do that. Huh? Okay. $503. I did not do that on purpose. I promise. This is your painting, which she helped so much with WOW that, I mean, let's give her a round of applause. Jennifer is our PR person, and she does a lovely job. Now, for all of the speakers today, we have these wonderful portraits from WOW. It's called Boss Lady. And I hope you guys enjoy them, if you could pass those around. And it's not over yet, but I wanted to tell you guys, we're about to wrap up, but for the next 15 minutes, if you wanted to talk to the panel, if they don't have to leave, if you have pressing questions, you are more than welcome to come and talk to them individually. They're a very sweet bunch of women, but we have some events coming up. The first one, next Thursday, I will be speaking along with Kyla and a couple of other women that are not here today. It is the Women's Leadership Conference put on by SCORE and Channel 23 News. Shay Rozzi is the host of this, and it's $20. You get breakfast and lunch and a lot of information. What I'm going to be covering, you guys really want to be there. It's about putting your best foot forward, and you will be putting your foot forward at this event. Trust. So if you can afford that 20, please be there. It is during the day. It's 9:30 to 3 p.m. So if you can make it. We also have the HUG conference coming up, and that is September 15th. It's from 8:30 to 4:30. The tickets for that is $29.99. Miss Toya Forbes is one of the speakers at this event. So, and there's a lot of other women that will be there, and they're phenomenal women. Miss Prima Donna is here in the building, the host of the meeting.
25.
Oh, is it 25?
Yeah, tell us about the special.
So today they have a special, so today's the last day for the special. If you want to register for the conference, you can, which is $25.
So if that is a deal, it's a steal, and it's $35 at the door. So try to get that as soon as possible. You still have time. Hopefully you can make it there. We also have, let me go back. The Breathe Again by your very own Miss Janelle Forbes is coming up. And that's in November, so you'll see it again next month. We are promoting all women and what they have going on. So if you have events, please post them on the group. There's 900 women on there. So you're bound to get at least 1 or 2 people to come to your event. We need your help. WOW needs your help. We're looking for volunteers and donations. Every month we do this. So if you have a door prize, if you have a business, if you know someone that has a business that are promoting it, we have tables in the back for them to be able to showcase their business. We hope that you come, and we can always use donations. Who can't? So come see me if you would like to donate anything. Of course, if you're interested in being a speaker, you can go online or speak to me. Being a member, we have a website, wownetwork.org, and you can make your donations on there, and check us out on Facebook, because we always have events going on. Always, always, always. And starting in January, we will have a weeknight discussion group. It's a focus group that Stacy and I will be working together to get together for 2019. She just found out about it. Let's give her a round of applause for being humble. No, it's been in the working for a while. It is going to be geared more towards single mothers and battles that they deal with, but it's going to be opened up because each month it'll be a different topic. So it'll be opened up, but we'll have a pilot group of women that will also be doing other things as well as that. So if you have anything that you would like to add to that, any materials that you can present to us, we would really, really like that. Thank you guys for coming today. Make sure you get donuts, because there's several donuts left. Check the table bag, Ms. Dancel in Distress. Make sure you sign up with Financial Peace and talk to the panel if you like. Thank you guys for coming, and as always, be blessed and continue to spread the love, learn, grow, and empower. Keeper is here, right here in this building next Saturday. What time? It starts at 9:30. So it's a similar program, but more dealing with women and relationships.
Like that, or I haven't clicked on my belt buckle, so if I can get ready to go somewhere, if I come up with a situation, I can do like okay, with the hairline long, but I mean, I got dark Write it out. Write it out. Write it out.
How are you?
What was your name? Okay. Do you have a business card? Let me get mine. I'm sorry. Let me grab it.
You need to talk to us.
No, you can put it on there and then I'll let you do that for my records. The tax or whatever.
So he's a professor at RU in the dance program. He's been all of that. He's been put up there. He knows the first person that's good. And so this is what he's
Okay, here we are. We're magnetized. All right, Eileen, nice to meet you.